Thank you for attending the first South Shoreline Airport Realignment Public Open House. This presentation will provide a general introduction to the project and explain the next steps. Information and updates on the project can be accessed at any time by visiting the project website shown on this page or the South Shoreline Airport Realignment Facebook page. The public can get involved in the project by offering input during any stage of the process, as well as submitting questions and comments to the project team through the comment form found on the website. Project Summary. Agency stakeholders include the South Shoreline, also known as the Northern Indiana Commuter Transportation District, or NICTD, the Federal Aviation Administration, the Federal Railroad Administration, the Federal Transit Administration, the Indiana Department of Transportation, the Michiana Area Council of Governments, the South Bend International Airport, St. Joseph County, and the City of South Bend. This project aims to provide a quicker, safer, and more efficient route for commuters to travel between South Bend and Chicago. The South Shoreline station will be moved from the South Bend International Airport terminal's east side to its west side, reducing travel time and increasing safety by reducing at-grade crossings. The project scope includes a new modern platform with wind shelters and a larger, more convenient and comfortable waiting room for riders. The current project area is a mix of residential, manufacturing, industrial, business, and commercial properties. Most of the impacted parcels are zoned as residential or owned by the South Bend International Airport. Currently, the preliminary engineering for the project is underway. It is anticipated that the environmental analysis will be completed in the fall of 2023, followed by the final engineering in early spring of 2024. Once the environmental analysis stage is complete, the South Shoreline will begin looking at funding opportunities for construction of the project and will determine a more accurate timeline for land acquisition, which could begin as early as late 2023 or early 2024. In conjunction with other projects, express service travel time between South Bend and Chicago is expected to be substantially reduced to around 90 minutes. The South Shoreline will be able to operate more trains during rush hour, improving service frequency and making the service more attractive to riders. This unique opportunity will strengthen the local economy, spark investment, and attract new residents. New route. This project is scoped to realign the current South Shore line from just east of the US 31 bypass, overpass northerly, to connect through the previously approved route near Oak Road and end at the west side of the airport terminal. The current route limits the speed of the train and has 22 at-grade crossings to maneuver through. The number of crossings and the geometry of the alignment are key factors that result in time delays, increased maintenance costs, and potential safety risks for NICTD, the traveling public, and pedestrians along the corridor. When analyzing the new route, impacts were looked at for Ardmore Trail, Grove Street, Edison Road, Lincoln Way West, Mayflower Road, and Progress Drive. A recent news article stated that the Federal Railroad Administration ranked Indiana in the top 5 for number of train and vehicular or pedestrian collisions. Statistics like this are why reducing the number of at-grade crossings are so important to safety and one of the many reasons this is an optimal route. The platform will include wind shelters, lighting, public address speakers, security cameras, and LED message display signs. This project will include a rail passenger waiting area and crew area within the airport terminal building to meet the rail service needs. The public waiting area will be fully accessible and provide patron seating with direct access to the rail platform area. Patron vending, ticketing kiosks, and seating will be installed. An overpass carrying Lincoln Way West over the relocated NICTD tracks is included in this project, eliminating an at-grade crossing at the heaviest traveled road throughout the project. Due to its proximity of the relocated rail line, Mayflower Road, immediately north of Lincoln Way West, is currently being considered for permanent closure. The rail line will cross too closely to the intersection to safely continue operation of the north leg of the roundabout. If Mayflower is closed, a new access road will be provided on the north side of the neighborhood. Due to the geometric constraints and low traffic volume, Ardmore Trail is also under consideration for permanent closure between Home Street and Butternut Road as part of this project. NEPA process. When a project receives federal funding or requires federal action, that project must complete what is referred to as the National Environmental Policy Act Review Document, or NEPA, that evaluates the potential impacts to the natural and human environments. The document must consider impacts for the resources that fall under the umbrella of the associated local, state, and federal laws and regulations, such as the National Historic Preservation Act that protects historic or archaeological resources, or Clean Water Act that protects our water resources. All local, state, and federal laws protecting the environment should be considered. Over the next several months, our team will be conducting this environmental impact analysis for the project. NICD intends to pursue federal funding for this project. The South Shore Line Airport's realignment purpose and need statements were created so that all parties, NICD, St. Joseph County, the South Bend International Airport, other agencies, and the community agree with what the project is seeking to accomplish. The project's full purpose statement is presented here, and I will highlight a few key points. The project would reduce commute times, provide a safer, more direct route that reduces the number of at-grade crossings, and will foster economic development for the region. The project's need statement is presented on this slide. The need for the South Shore Line Airport Realignment Project is demonstrated by the following existing conditions, and we are highlighting a few of those needs. Transit trips into the airport take up to 14 minutes longer than is necessary due to the current configuration. A more direct route into the airport, in combination with other projects, would enable express service to Chicago in approximately 90 minutes. The current 3-car platform has limited ability for expansion. Patrons take longer to board and exit the trains, creating delays. The safety concerns associated with the 19 vehicular and 3 pedestrian at-grade crossings would be reduced by the shorter, more direct route into the airport. The proposed route being discussed today was evaluated in the Supplemental Environmental Assessment that the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, prepared in 2007. Based on that analysis, the project was issued a Finding of No Significant Impact, or FONSI. Since that time, NICD evaluated other alternatives into the west side of the airport after the construction of Lincoln Way West occurred. Based on additional conceptual engineering and comparisons of alternatives and their potential social and environmental impacts, the route presented today is the best alternative that meets the project purpose and need and minimizes impacts to airport operations and the surrounding community. A written reevaluation will be completed by the FAA to determine whether the contents and findings of the Supplemental Environmental Assessment and FONSI remain valid. If there are significant impacts, then the project may be required to prepare a Supplemental Environmental Assessment. The reevaluation document will provide an updated analysis for the environmental resources such as traffic impacts and noise and cultural resources to determine if there are any new or different impacts than what were found in the 2007 documentation. The impact analysis will be based on current data, standards, and regulations for how to evaluate those resources. As part of this project, NICD intends to implement quiet zones at the public at-grade crossings to reduce the amount of train noise impacts to the residences within the surrounding community. As stated earlier, NICD will be updating the noise analysis to determine if other mitigation measures would be required for this project. Right-of-way acquisition. At this time, no decisions have been made on any property acquisitions. We understand that the planning process for a project of this size can raise a lot of questions when you are a homeowner in the area. Please know that we will communicate with you directly and promptly as any decisions that could impact your property are made. Should your property be impacted, the property acquisition process will follow the Uniform Relocation Assistance in Real Property Policies Act of 1970, as amended, also referred to as the Uniform Act or the URA. This act was passed by Congress to promote uniformity and fairness when properties must be acquired to support federally funded transit projects. Should your property be impacted and acquisition occurs, advisory assistance for displaced persons or businesses will be available. A relocation agent will visit you early in the process to explain benefits and services that you might be eligible to receive. More information on acquisition and relocation can be found at www.fhwa.dot.gov/real estate. Thank you for viewing our project presentation. This presentation will restart in 5 minutes, and a copy will be available on the project website after this meeting. Please exit the gym to visit the public info station and view the display information. A court reporter is available for public comment in the cafeteria if you would like to leave a comment after you see the information in the gym, and comment cards will also be available.